We'll begin with the opening statement from Coach and then take questions after. So continue to raise your hands, please.
We're excited to be in the tournament, and we told our guys, not everybody gets to do this. You look at the quality of teams that were left out of the tournament. There's a lot of good players not playing anymore. There's a lot of good teams not playing. So regardless of where we get sent, we're excited to go there. Spokane, we've had good runs out west. Personally, we've got a long flight out to Spokane. Charleston's got a longer flight. So don't know a ton about Charleston. Coach Kelsey's one of the better up and coming young head coaches. They play a pretty modern style of basketball, pretty similar to us, to be honest with you. I mean, their offense is top 60 in the country. Their pace of play is top 50. Their three-point rate's top 20. Like, they're playing fast, spreading it out, taking a lot of threes. I'm going to have to see exactly how they get it, but I'm about to see my staff's already working on Charleston. And then obviously playing, if we're fortunate enough to get past Charleston and playing the winner of St. Mary's and Grand Canyon. Those are two teams out west. So we've played semi-neutral, Arizona and Phoenix, played Purdue and Toronto, where Zach Edey had plenty of fans. So we played neutrals that weren't very neutral. So if St. Mary's has a lot of fans, so be it. We got to beat two good teams to get to LA and make it to the Sweet 16. So I do like the fact we don't have to play till Friday. I think we get our legs up under us a little bit more. Obviously we're trying to win the SC tournament, but might have been a blessing in disguise for an NCAA tournament run to get our legs a little more rested, and not playing until Friday gets us there even more, because we haven't had our full allotment of guys on no minute restriction since that Texas A&M game when we were playing pretty good basketball. So I think this Friday will be the first time we've got everybody healthy, ready to go since that A&M game. So we're excited for it. Got to get done with the Zoom so I can get to work figuring out how to beat Charleston.
Charlie Potter.
Yeah, hey, Coach. This is a little off topic, but UTSA announced that Coach Claunch was going to be their new head coach. Just what do you thought of the job that he's done this season, and is the expectation he'll stick around with you guys through the tournament?
Yeah, he's definitely sticking around with us. This is his first tournament he's been in. He wants to make a run. I mean, he's been great for the program. I talk about when the tide rises, all the boats rise. We had a good year. Obviously, we would like to have had a better year. And when you're comparing what we've done, the number one overall seed last year and 2 Sweet 16s in the previous 3 years, 4 SEC trophies in the previous 3 years, some people may look at it as a little disappointing. We're a 4 seed. Alabama's never been a 4 seed or higher in back-to-back tournaments in school history. Austin, for us to lose the entire staff and then come in and lose, 75, 80% of the roster, to do what we did this year is pretty good. And you got to give the staff a lot of credit. I think, the AD at San Antonio, I talked to Lisa for a little bit yesterday. I think Austin was a great head coach before he got here. I think he'll do a great job there. I'm super happy for him. Talked to him a lot over the last 24 hours about this. Like, I'm all for taking care of your players, whatever's best for them. We found out Clowney's going to be a first-round pick. Like, you got to go. Like, find out Austin can get a job this good in the American Conference after 1 year with us. Like, it's a good job to take it. You need to go take it. But we need you locked in on trying to make as deep a run as we can in the NCAA tournament. So happy for Austin. He's a great culture guy. He's great mind as a head coach, brought a lot to the program. We both learned from each other in the year he was here. I think he'll do a great job there.
Nick Kelly.
Yeah, Nate, this is a Charleston team that I think has won 12 in a row. And you guys obviously have lost 3 of your last 4. How do you kind of, stop their run?
Nick, we may have lost you, so.
Is it Nick or is it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think it was me. I don't know what you heard, but how do you stop their run? 12 games they've won in a row. And for you guys to get going on a run, having lost 3 of the last 4.
Yeah, they've obviously got a lot of momentum. I think they got the second longest winning streak in the country right now. And it's a pretty good league too. So it's not like, they've been playing bad teams. They're playing I played in a similar league in the MAC and Buffalo, like to win 12 games in a row against that caliber of teams, that's saying a lot. So they're hot. Like I told our guys, we've lost some games here in the last couple of weeks. We also haven't been healthy. This will be the first time we've got everybody available. And we had everybody available last game, but it's almost like you're knocking the rust off a little bit with some of the guys that haven't been in as much. So, it's a new season. A lot of teams are done. There's not that many teams left playing meaningful games. We're treating it like it's a whole new season, and we're playing a really good team. I mean, I've been on the other side of this. I've been a 13 seed playing a 4 at Buffalo and came in and beat Arizona. So I've got a pretty good idea of the mindset of that group, and they're hungry. I'm sure they can't wait to play us. They're excited. This is a program that's been really good for the last 2 years under Coach Kelsey. So, we're not going to necessarily look at they've won 12 in a row. They're on momentum. We're not. It's the first game of a new season, and who comes ready to play for 40 minutes in that first game?
Chase Goodbread.
Coach, wanted to ask you if you could just kind of retrace when you identified defense as an issue for this team, because you've been talking about it really since the beginning of the season. But even before that, did you recognize preseason, or even if it was when you finalized the roster, that there could be an issue there?
I mean, we talked about it from day one because 2 out of the last 3 years we were third, 92nd, third. Everybody came here to win championships. The 2 years that we were third, we won 4 trophies in the SEC. The 1 year we were 92nd, we had some very quality wins, but we had some really bad losses. So we talked about it from day one, what it's going to take. The guys said the right things. We're all bought in. Early on, we had some games where we didn't play the best defense in the non-conference. We also played a pretty tough schedule. I think maybe the first time it really got us was probably that Ohio State loss. And then I thought we bounced back and were a little better against Oregon. But, Oregon's a tournament team. I mean, they're in the NCAA tournament. So it's been a little up and down all year. Personnel-wise, I think we're better than what our numbers show. It's a decision some guys are going to have to make, like how bad do I want to keep playing? Because if Charleston's a really good offensive team. We don't come out and guard. Charleston's going to put some points up on us, and I don't like putting that much pressure on our offense every night out that we got to go score 100 points or whatever. So I think we've shown the capability to be a quality defensive team enough. I mean, you go back and look at some of the better teams we played, and we're up 9 against Purdue on a neutral site. I think up 6 against Arizona on a semi-road game, pretty much an away game. Up at Creighton in a road game. Kind of go through it, what we were able to do against South Carolina. That's a really good team defensively. What we've been able to, when we've been locked in and giving our best effort, we've been all right. Maybe not top 3, but not, where we are. We got to do it for 2 straight games, 40 minutes a game. We do it for 2 straight games at 40 minutes a game. We'll be playing in LA the following weekend.
Tony.
Nate, you mentioned that they play a little bit like you. Do you like that in terms of preparation, or is that going to be tough to guard against given the defensive struggles lately?
I mean, I think we play the most modern style basketball in the country. They're pretty similar, like I said. So I think they're playing a brand of basketball that makes the most sense how to play. I think it's the toughest one to guard. I mean, we had the number 1 offense in the country. The last time we were fully healthy against A&M, we were number 1 by a long shot. So in that regard, it's a hard offense to guard. Now I got to figure out how they get their threes. Personnel, I got to sit down, and as soon as I get off with you, I'm going to get up with my staff who's been on it since it was announced. But I think it's a hard system to guard. I got to figure out how they get them, but I I think that we guard it every day in practice, so we do get a little bit of help. Now, it's the same going the other way. Charleston guards something similar, so they're, you know, their offense is ranked a lot higher than their defense, similar to ours. I think both of us will have a little bit of an advantage because we guard something similar every day in practice, and we're just gonna have to see who does a better job.
Last one, Jack.
Yeah, Nate, you have some guys on this team, obviously last year with some NCAA tournament experience. Latrell and Mark have some with mid-major teams too. What have they kind of been telling their teammates where, you know, they're going into this for their first time?
Look, yeah, we kind of went around and talked about who's played in the tournament. There's only 4 scholarship guys that have played in the tournament, or 3 from last year, and then Trelly out at Fullerton. Wagay was on the West Virginia team, but he was injured and didn't play. So, you know, they didn't talk a ton yet. I'm sure they will be talking as we go on. You know, we reconvene to go over how to beat Charleston. But, you know, I think it helps to have some tournament experience, but a little bit it helps. The biggest thing is, you know, how much do we want to play for each other? How much do we want to keep playing together? How good a defense do you want to play? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of distractions around the NCAA tournament, which makes it great. It's the best sporting event on the planet. Like, you know, over a 3-week stretch, it's all eyes in the world in sports are all on this. So it's an unbelievable sporting event that these guys will remember for the rest of their lives. But there's 40 minutes where the best team is going to come out on top. And there's another 40 minutes where the best team comes out on top. So the best thing we can do is eliminate all those distractions as much as possible. Enjoy the environment in the moment without letting it be a big distraction, and get locked in on what we got to do for the 40 minutes, both games.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, everyone.
All right,
Appreciate
thanks,
you guys
guys.
jumping on.